Hey all, Jason here, local tech experts with another build for you. Haven't done a video for a while simply because we've been building into the same cases and haven't built into anything new. But this is the Antec NX416L. I don't know where they get these names from, but I used to think it was capacity in liters, but 416 seems maybe a little bit large. I would not have a clue. But anyway, it's Antec. One of their the CX200M has been my favorite case of the year, basically, because just its value, basically. But I decided to get this one because you can see it's got two big nice fans in the front here. Came out okay. I just want to show you guys something quickly that I've been dealing with here. So I'll take a moment to go through that, and you'll see what's going on there. But I'll get into the case breakdown, put it together, pros and cons, all that sort of good stuff, and see you guys at the end. Thanks, see ya. So here is my main screws case, all case screws, fan screws, all that sort of stuff. So I was trying to sort them out into here, into some kind of organizational thing. But then over here I have my test bench screw box, test bench screw box overflow. Here I have a box full of screws that I've never taken out of the plastic because I've never needed to. So there's some motherboard screws there, and I don't know, cable ties, just stuff that comes in the case boxes, you know. So there's some SSD screws in there. So you can see with trash, they all come in like these plastic bags, which is really bad. I wish a lot of them do just have one bag, but yeah. So then on my table, I've got, this was my main screw box overflow, the original overflow box, which now has another little overflow box going on. So I'm getting inundated with screws, and they're literally like all over the floor. Like here's a few more. Here's another bag that I never opened with screws in it. Here's another bag with screws in it. Here's another box with some in it. It's just getting out of control. Alright, back to the build. Alright, so here's the Antec NX416L out of the box. I've already taken the side panels off. So we've got the door on this side, which is a hinge. It just comes off the hinge. Quite nice thick glass there. Nice and thick, so when you smash it, you get big pieces of glass instead. This is the other side panel. Bit of ventilation there. It's nothing to write home about. It's quite flimsy, but yeah, it's Antec. You know, what are you going to do? I don't mind the lines on this one. The cutouts here. Mind my aircon, it's stinking hot here in Perth, so I've got the aircon on, so you're just going to have to deal with that. Coming around the back, they include a fan controller, which has 6 ARGB connectors and fan connectors. 3 are being used up by the 3 fans, obviously. It's connected to the reset switch as well. It's SATA powered. It's also got fan controller, PWM controller, SATA, as I said, and motherboard control for ARGB. The other connectors, front panel, audio, USB-C and USB Type 3. Here's the hard drive bay. You've got space for one 3.5 in the tray, and you can get another 3.5 on the top or a 2.5 on the top. You can put a 2.5 in there as well if you wanted to. Most of these trays are like universal. They can fit a 3.5 or a 2.5 inch drive in there. That's pretty common. There's this side panel which I'll talk about in a second because it's a little bit unusual, a bit of a gimmick on this case, I think. For the I/O, the top I/O, we've got power, LED for changing the lights, indicators, hard drive and power. headphone microphone jack, USB 3, USB Type-C. The reason I got this case is because it's got 160mm case fans in it, which I thought was kind of interesting because I've never really seen 160mm case fans before. I was going to get a 140 and see the difference. They kind of look like 140s to me, to be honest. I'd be surprised if they were 160, but they, yeah, kind of different size. 120 in the back. Nice big cutouts everywhere. No rubber grommets or anything. They're sort of doing away with the rubber grommets. Kind of a shame, really. So this, you can take this part off, which is mostly cosmetic, I guess, and put a radiator there. So that's sort of a bit of a gimmick. I'm not too much of a fan of putting radiators on the side here. I'd much rather just mount them in the top. It's just cleaner, looks cleaner, I reckon. But if you can do that, then they could shorten the case and cut the costs and that sort of stuff. But I guess the trend is putting the radiator on the sides, pushing air out, I guess. But there's nothing, that piece of plastic doesn't do anything. But I'll get into the build now. I had to film this twice, unfortunately, but yeah, I'll get into the build and see how it goes. Thanks, guys. See ya. Alright, so going into this one is a i7 6700. It's got 16 gigs of RAM there. I haven't quite decided on storage yet. I was having trouble with the M.2. I've been having trouble with M.2 drives recently, just they've been failing on me, so yeah, not good. It's getting a GTX 1060, GTX 1660 Ti in there. There's just the power supply. It's a FSP Raider 550. Should be plenty enough to drive that GPU. I'll get it in there and show you how it looks. Cheers, guys. Alright guys, so here's the Antec NX416L all finished up. Nothing really surprising here. Those big fans in the front are a nice touch, I guess. Full mesh, so the cooling's quite good in there. Didn't have any trouble with cable management or anything like that. Yeah, it is a full ATX case, so you can see that big amount of space left over on the right hand side. They've put space there for a radiator, but if you don't have a radiator and the graphics card is quite short like this one, it sort of looks a little bit strange with all that space left over there. This one's $100, so I think there's nothing really too special about it. If you paid an extra sort of $20 or something, you could probably get something a little bit more interesting, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Came out nice. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!